And welcome to the Bulloch Sports Report. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show. We're going to take you back for some Georgia Southern baseball highlights from last week as the Eagles were playing host to Brown. They were able to sweep Brown in a 3-game series, and they also honored their 2000 Southern Conference Championship team as well as the 1990 College World Series team. The last team from Georgia Southern to go to the College World Series. We'll hear from a few of those players. Take a look at some of the highlights from that. We'll also send you out to the softball diamond where Georgia Southern was hosting their Hail Southern tournament with Ryder in Maryland. The Eagles were able to win 2 and lost 2 in that series. We had a couple of local softball players doing quite well for the Eagles, Elena Barnard and Delaney Thames, both with some significant plays in those games for the Eagles. And then we'll also send you out for some high school baseball action. Statesboro High taking on Monday Bryan County. And then we'll go back and take a look at a big win for Southeast Bulloch as they knocked off Benedictine. All that and more coming up on the Bulloch Sports Report. And a reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888, or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com.
Trust your eyes to the team that takes care of the Eagles. Professional Eye Care of Statesboro offers a full range of medical eye care, in addition to a wide assortment of glasses, sunglasses, and contact lenses to suit your style.
I'm Dr. Horace Deal. Allow me or one of my associates to provide you with comprehensive medical eye care. And we can help you select from a variety of glasses and contact lenses here at Professional Eye Care of Statesboro.
The Georgia Southern football team continuing their spring drills this week as they prepare for their spring game coming up in April. We had a chance to get out there and talk to a couple of players about how things have been going for the Eagles.
I think the first year is just really big in growth. Just because you see so many different things that you're not used to. I haven't played in so many years, so really, obviously that last game left a bad taste in my mouth, so I've just been grinding every day to get better and to not let that happen again, especially for the seniors. Just coming into my second year really as a starter just gives me that confidence to go out there and help lead my team. Last year I was kind of just focused on what I was out there to do and my job solely, but now I'm able to push my teammates and the new guys, so I'm really excited to do that. Yeah, I really think just the film study and just continuing to get my football IQ higher. It was really a big thing for me. Yeah, you can go out there and throw and everything, but as quarterback, it's 90% mental. So that's really what I'm hammering down right now, and obviously the lifting and all that aspect comes with it, but really just the film study and all the things that come with that.
Yeah, we got an amazing group right now. Everybody just continuing to grow and getting better. We got a lot of guys returning. Yeah, man, we just getting to it right now. Last year, I feel like we played well. We just got to do a better job of taking the ball away from people. They don't have the ball, they can't score. We do a lot of more explosiveness stuff. So that's about it. Everything else is kind of similar. We try to keep it the same. It's a lot of guys that want to step up to the plate and take it on and be that guy. So everybody just continuing to work, and we'll just see how it goes.
Well, the Georgia Southern baseball team dropping 3-game series on the road at Coastal as they were swept on the road in Conway. But the week before that, 3-game sweep at home against Brown. Let's send you out for some of those highlights. Members of the Georgia Southern 1990 College World Series team recognized before the Eagles game with Brown. Catcher Rob Fitzpatrick throwing out the first pitch and showing he can still get it done. They also honored the 2000 Southern Conference Championship team, who were led by pitcher Brett Lewis. His son Jax Lewis getting the start for the Eagles on Saturday, and Lewis looking sharp with the strikeout. He goes 6 innings, allowing only 4 hits and 1 run with 5 strikeouts. He gets some help defensively here in center. Josh Tate makes the catch against the wall. Offensively, the Eagles able to get things started, and it's Josh Tate with the bases loaded grounder. Brown can't hang on, and that brings home the run. Later, it's Daniel Hab with the double down the left field line. Sean Smith will come home to score, and the Eagles take a 2-1 lead. We move ahead to the 5th, and that's where the fireworks will begin. First, Sean Smith takes this one up and away the other way for the solo shot to make it 3-1. The very next batter, J.P. Herholtz, and it's back-to-back jacks. This one clears the fence and right. The Eagles take a 4-1 lead and will go on to win 9-1. Before headlining the Gata Jam, country music star Riley Green throwing out the first pitch here, bringing a little mustard with it. He then spends a few minutes shaking hands with the Eagle players outside of their dugout. While his throw wasn't bad, it didn't quite have the velocity of the Eagles' Thomas Burke. He'd have 5 strikeouts in just over 4 innings of work and give up 3 runs. He'd be relieved by Brady Penley, who would allow only 1 run in 4 2/3 with 5 strikeouts. The Eagle bats finally getting on track. The double off the wall and right by Cade Parker would help set up runners on second and third. And then with the bases loaded, Josh Tate draws a walk. The Eagles trailing 3-1. Sean Smith then coming up with the single to center. And then the Eagles getting some help defensively. The 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. Later it's J.C. Preacher. The fly ball to left. This one good enough to bring home Luke Auden and tie the game at 3-all. Brown comes back to take a 4-3 lead. The Eagles with the bases loaded and the score tied 4-all. And it's the suicide squeeze from Sean White. He gets the ball down. This one booted. Preacher scores the walk-off victory for the Eagles by a final count of 5-4. Well, in the Brown series, the Eagles were able to recognize both the 2000 Southern Conference Championship team coached by Rodney Hennon and the 1990 College World Series team coached by Jack Stallings. We had a chance to grab a couple of the players and get their thoughts on being able to come back to J.I. Clements and being able to be recognized at Georgia Southern.
You know, the 1990 team was something special. It's great to see these guys, and it's been a long time. It's crazy to think that it's been 35 years. And you know, as soon as these guys walk into the room, you recognize who they are. And it's guys I haven't seen. Some I have seen a little bit, but most of them I hadn't seen in a long time. And it's fun to, you know, just to get to talk again. And you know, you look at the sign, and there's not very many teams up there on that board that says College World Series. It was a pretty special year back there. It's nice for Georgia Southern to bring us out and recognize us.
Love it. You know, getting to see these guys after so many years is just fantastic to see these people and see the program the way it's like grown so much since then. You know, 35 years ago, never would have thought 35 years we'd be back here, but this is great.
A tremendous experience so far this morning. So many guys that I haven't seen in 25, 26 years. Some of them are hard to recognize, but they came up and introduced themselves, reintroduced themselves, and I feel so much better right now than I did as I was walking in the stadium for the first time in a quarter of a century. Terrific experience, and we appreciate what Georgia Southern has done for Georgia Southern baseball alumni and the 1990 team particularly this weekend.
Always fun to come back to Georgia Southern and to see all the guys who are on this team. You stay in touch through text messages and group messages, but just to see them and that you don't see them every day anymore, it's real exciting.
Well, as for the Georgia Southern softball team, they won 2 out of 3 this past weekend at home against Kennesaw State. But last weekend they were playing in the Hale Southern Classic, and they were able to win a couple of games, lost a couple of games, but a big game from Delaney Thames. She had a home run, and Elena Barnard pitching a shutout against Ryder. Georgia Southern taking on Ryder. Former Southeast Bulloch standout Elena Barnard on the mound, getting some nice defensive help from Kayla Christensen here, making a couple of plays. And then More good glove work. This time it's catcher Valerie Combs. She fires down to second where Delaney Thames makes the tag for the double play. Thames getting it done at the plate as well. This time taking this one up and away for the 2-run homer. In the fourth, and the Eagles up 2-0. Then in the fifth, Combs goes yard for the 2-run shot to left. Plenty of run support for Barnard here, making the easy play herself. She'd end up with a shutout, and it's Faith Barth with the finishing touch as the Eagles win by a final count of 4-0. All right, stay with us. High school baseball action coming up next. Stop by Bubba Golf on Northside Drive behind Remax Eagle Creek Realty today for all your golf needs. They have everything you need to dominate the course and to stand out in golf fashion as well, featuring top brands in golf apparel to the latest and most trusted golf clubs used by the pros. Bubba Golf also has a TrackMan simulator to fine-tune your swing like never before. Or bring your friends and enjoy a round of golf at one of their many courses to choose from. Need golf club repairs? Bubba's got you covered. Swing by today and see why Bubba Golf is your one stop for all things golf. Northside Drive behind Remax Eagle Creek Realty. Well, the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets with a big victory recently against the Benedictine Cadets in a nice pitching duel with Derek Harnage outdueling the Cadets on the mound. I'll send you out for some highlights of that, as well as Statesboro High taking on Bryan County for Monday at Mill Creek. The Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets with a tough non-region matchup against the Benedictine Cadets, picking up the action early on, and it's Peyton Graham's the long fly ball to right center. He'll hustle all the way over to third for a triple, and then he'd come in to score on this sacrifice fly to right center again by Brady Edwards. Grahams comes home to make it 1-0. The Cadets trying to rally. Pop up here and check out the tough hit delivered by Omari Burse, and he takes Cade Harnage to the ground. Harnage would get up and would, in fact, pitch a great game. The only run he'd end up giving up would come on this drive to right center from Landon Ludwig. That would score Carson Willis, and it's 1-1. Harnage getting some help moments later as center fielder Kyle Rooks makes the diving grab to stop the rally. In the fifth, the Jackets trying to break the tie. First, they take advantage of this ball driven deep to left and dropped. And then the single to left. And then Harnage will help his own cause, driving this single into left field. That brings the runner in from third. The Jackets go up 2-1. Harnage getting some more help from Rooks in center field, and he covers some ground, making this grab on the run. And then Harnage finishing things off himself, the strikeout to end the game, and Southeast Bulloch wins 2-1. Statesboro High hosting Bryan County in a non-region matchup at Mill Creek. Randon Gay on the mound in command here with the strikeout to end the inning. He'd get plenty of offensive help in the first. The nice squeeze bunt. Aubrey Smith slides under the tag. It's 1-0, and then the single up the middle. Statesboro takes a 3-0 lead. The big inning continuing with the single, another single to center. And then Smith coming through with the 2-run single to center field. Statesboro up 7-0. Plenty of support for Gay. He comes through with another strikeout. He'd have 12 in 5 innings, and Statesboro goes on to win 8-2. And that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.